There are some roads you take for errands, and then there are some trails that take you. These three, Springwater Corridor, Row River Trail, and Banks Vernonia, are not mere bike paths. They are arteries in the body of Oregon's forgotten memory, quietly pushing through overgrown ghost towns and the occasional glimmer of something watching. We begin with the Springwater Corridor, a 21-mile rail-to-trail conversion. For the most enjoyment, I recommend Googling Boring Station Trailhead and starting out in Boring, Oregon. There you will find restrooms and a nice parking lot in a neighborhood that looks somewhat safe. It does require that you pay to park there. But here, for the show of this map, we will begin in Portland. Concrete and city noise cling to you like humidity until the world softens. The Springwater Corridor is 21 miles of rail-to-trail conversion, but it feels older than steel. It winds along Johnson Creek, through mossy lungs of Oak Bottom Wildlife Refuge, past blackberry tangles and graffiti murals that whisper in technicolor. This is accessibility in the modern form, paved, mostly flat, with plenty of trailheads and restrooms. Families ride here. Homeless camps punctuate certain stretches. A reminder that civilization isn't always clean or distant. And yet, it's not just the humans that are watching. In the early 2000s, the trail goers began reporting that they thought was a tall man in the trees near Powell Butte. Red eyes, no footsteps, always too far to photograph. They called it the Brush Phantom. He never chases, just watches. And now, even 20 years later, they say you can still feel him watching. One man biked off the trail and was found 4 days later speaking in tongues about a tunnel under the hill. The Row River Trail. This bridge is the Emperor of the North Bridge, from the movie Stand By Me and the Stephen King short story The Body. South of Eugene, the Row River Trail stretches 17 miles through Cottage Grove and up into the misted edge of the Umpqua Forest. If you're going to ride the Row River Trail, I recommend starting out at the beginning of the Row River Trail in Cottage Grove. If you Google that, it will come up. That park right there, actually, Google the Bohemian Park. That will get you restrooms, a nice parking lot, and probably a safe place to park your car. On this trail, you'll pass Dorena Lake, where submerged towns still dream in silt. The trail is well maintained, paved in paths gentle enough for adaptive riders and electric bikes. Facilities are few, but serenity is abundant. You'll see osprey, deer, if you're lucky, and things the locals whisper about in camping forums. They call it the River Widow. She is said to stand on the tracks while at dawn, always barefoot, always drenched. Riders who stop to help say she opens her mouth, but nothing comes out. She swears her face flickers between human and something scaled. Several disappearances have been reported along this trail, officially attributed to the exposure or misadventure. But one in 1997 left only a locked bike and a melted spot in the gravel. No burn marks, just some softened stone, as if the trail itself had digested its guests. The Banks Vernonia State Trail, 40 miles northwest of Portland, Oregon. This one is the crown jewel, 21 miles of paved perfection, arching trestles, bridges, and ghost towns disguised as state parks. It begins in Banks and ends in Vernonia. But in between, oh, in between, you travel through time. Fern-covered tunnels of green swallow you whole. The wooden trestles creak under your tires like ancient ships. This was once a railway for logging. You can still feel the phantom rumble of locomotives long dead. Accessibly, mostly, yes, paved with moderate elevation. Wheelchair users can access several segments with help. Picnic areas and restrooms dot the route. And high bridges over Buxton is a rite of passage. But this trail carries peculiar pressure, like the air here holds more than gravity. Several cyclists reporting missing. I biked 20 minutes, they say, but my GPS logged 3 hours. One woman claimed to see a child walking in the woods, identical to her daughter back home in Salem. Same clothes, same scab on the chin, but the child vanished when approached. And then there is the man in the helmet. Locals say he was a World War II pilot who crashed near the trail, and now bikes it endlessly looking for his crew. He's been spotted at dusk, headlight blinking, then gone. Riders pass him, hear war-era static on their phones, and feel icy wind, even on hot July evenings. 3 trails, 3 timelines, 3 innovations. Springwater Corridor hums with urban entropy and forgotten watchers. The Row River Trail guides us through lake-haunted woods and spectral grief. And the Banks Vernonia, it echoes with time loops, ghost engines, and the thrum of something deep, the soil dreaming in tree rings. These are not just bike trails, they are thresholds. You do not merely ride them, you enter them, and something enters you.